Tonight, the Local 4 defenders are combing through new video released in the rough arrest of a suspect by Detroit police.
And this new video is from the Meijer store at 8 Mile and Woodward. It shows the moments leading up to the controversial arrest. Let's bring in defender Kevin Dietz. And Kevin, as you can see, the confrontation gets violent pretty quickly here.
Yeah, it absolutely does. You know, that cell phone from yesterday, that video was so difficult to watch. This shopper gets smacked in the mouth by a police officer with a baton. Today, the Detroit police released this new video from inside, hoping to tell more of the story. But the question is, does this new video help or hurt the officer in question? David Bivens is the store customer. The unnamed Detroit police officer is asking for receipts, making sure no one is shoplifting. But as Bivens' girlfriend tells me, who shoplifts and then sits in the lobby? The officer doesn't like what Bivens is saying and becomes aggressive. Bivens keeps his hands down as the incident escalates. A police baton is drawn and Bivens is struck repeatedly, over and over and over again. Police say he is resisting arrest. Local 4 legal expert Neil Rockine says police had no legal reason to try and arrest him.
He was the one that was the aggressor. He was the one that was the pursuer. He was the one that was using a baton to smack the shopper. I mean, there's no way to look at that video and conclude in any way that that officer was in harm's way.
The beating continues and moves outdoors, where cell phone video captures Bivens being smacked in the mouth with a baton. His girlfriend tells me his teeth are broken and jaw may be fractured. He was still under arrest today with no official charges being filed. The police chief says the investigation continues today. Shoppers say they've seen enough.
He showed the receipt, so why you take out your baton and try to beat him? You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no cause for that.
Neil Rockine reviewed the entire video and says the beating outside and the new video from inside tell a story of an overly aggressive officer violating a civilian's rights.
Look, you're a police officer. You have to be able to endure. You have to have some thick skin. You can't just get emotionally riled up and then use the force of law.
And the shopper Bivens, he's still locked up tonight, and he has not even been charged with a crime yet. Police are not releasing the name of the officer. They tell us that he is a longtime veteran who works in the 11th precinct. He was working at Meijer's as a security guard in an off-duty capacity at the time of the incident. Obviously, much more is going to come out of this one. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, you'd think DPD wouldn't put this out unless they thought the officer was in the right, but is there a chance that the charges could get dropped against the shopper and maybe be reinstated or instated against the officer here?
It's very rare, but it has happened in a case I've covered before. In fact, the police tried to get Bivens charged today. Prosecutors looked at the evidence they had and they said there's not enough here. You're going to have to go back and do some more investigating. So we'll see what they come up with and what they send over to the prosecutor's office.